Hey guys, this is Rusty coming at you. We're gonna do something called Rusty's Nuggets. Okay, I've been collecting knives a little over a year, about a year and a half now. I've acquired a lot of knives, and when I first started my channel, I'd already began the process of buying knives, and I wanted to buy knives. I wanted to see if money made a difference. I wanted to see what the best knives were, and This now is my small EDC collection. I have some others that I didn't get out for this, but this is mostly the ones that we'll talk about today. The first row is ones I rarely carry, and then the second row is ones that I still do carry or have carried, and the top row is the ones that I do incorporate into my regular carry. So with that, we're going to have to try to be quick on this, and I'm going to have 4 videos that kind of rank some of these knives, and you guys can watch those videos, but the links are going to be down in the description. I'm not going to release those videos publicly. It's only if you guys want to go watch them. So look for those links down there, because what I've done is rank these knives, although I never did a final video. But the first one is the Landscape World Legal, and I paid about 18 bucks for this. And one thing is, this is my only slip joint in here, and I just don't carry it much because of that. I like a locking knife, okay, but I do believe that this is a good knife. Good ergos, and good blade steel. It's got 9 CR, 18 MOV. Good money, a good knife for the money. So it's big. It's big in the pocket. The clip kind of sucks. It takes up a lot of real estate. You know, here's a Civivi Elementum next to it, so you can kind of get an idea. All right, so we'll put that one aside. I got the Dylan Mallory Artisan Cutlery Small Archaeo. Flipper knife. This is brass D2, and I primarily got this one because it was brass, and then I went through a brass stage for a while. It's got good ergos, got really good jimping. Like a lot of knife guys, I'm burnt out on D2, although it hasn't rusted on me. It's got some sort of bead blast, and despite, I'm not finding Worn Cliffs to be all that great of EDC, but that's just me. I do a lot of maybe twisting, poking, prying or something. CJRB, I don't carry this one that much. Was a pretty good knife when I got it, and then I screwed it up. Yeah, I did some screw ups here. I stripped the pivot, putting it back together, and I stripped it. I was trying to make the action better, and I didn't. I got it too tight, and I like it to be a little smoother like that. It's running on ball bearings. It does have good ergos, and again, it's D2. So thanks, but no thanks, CJRB. Maybe a little bit overrated. 35 bucks, who knows. Ganzo. Don't remember if this is the FH51 or 61, and I did my own stonewash on this. Paid 25 bucks for this knife. Okay, I can't even read that. 5-1, I think. Now they're 35 and up, if you can find them. Nice, I like this. Has a move-up position. Also D2 steel, jimping. For a small knife, it's a good one. So if you guys are into that blade shape, it is a slicer, and you can do a lot of precision work with it. A knife, this one might be one of the best values out there, and they're still available. The Ganzo 7531M. Axis lock, so it's nice and sharp. It's got that thin grind to it. Trying to get that number for you guys. Yeah, 753M. I believe it's a 7531. I think I remember this one coming sharp. And yeah, it just feels really great. First, just like any other Ganzo, you have trouble, you know, with the kind of the break-in on it, but play with it enough and it'll do you the job. Now, I don't carry this one, although I do consider it a top EDC. One of the reasons I don't carry it is limited edition, and it is my rat. And I just want to keep my rat in new light condition. So that's sort of strange, right? But that's the story on that. I do like a lot about this. I like the flat grind. I think this is, you know, when you compare this blade shape to like this blade shape, as far as what you can do for work, I'll take that rat blade shape. It's going to be more EDC for me. So this knife should go up here if I wasn't making it a safe queen. Now we have A.G. Russell Featherlight, also the K93. This knife is. It's in Japanese VG10, and because of that, it's also a safe queen. It is a good everyday use. It's not going to be your camping knife. It's not going to do what I have, what I like my knife to do. I'm not going to do those hardcore with this, but very slicey. It's hollow ground, VG10. It's also a sharp knife, came sharp, and it's a light knife. And it's kind of on the spendy side. It's $49 and got a funky lock on it. It does lock up pretty well, and it has nice history to it. And you spend another $10 and you get this Kydex sheath here, and you push it in, you heard that snap, and you can wear it around your neck if you want, which A.G. Russell did when I believe he's passed on. So anyways, in my one video, I kind of wish that they had put in a little badge. That would have been nice. But this is a nice knife, and it would make somebody a nice one. And there's another safe queen. This is a safe queen because it's Blade HQ exclusive. It's the Elementum in a Tanto and S35. Now I can see this one. I can see why they have all the rage that's going on with these knives. One thing I do not like is the lock bar access. And a lot of my Civivis don't have good lock bar access. It's not the worst one of the bunch. So that's part of the reason. Safe queen, safe queen. I don't know why I'm not carrying that one. This one's slip joint. Anyway, moving on. I like to carry this one. It's a matchbook size. This is a 6-leaf SL13 in D2 blade steel. And I like to carry it if I'm wearing gym shorts, sweatpants, those kinds of things. Now, part of what I don't like is it is in D2. And if I'm wearing my gym shorts, you know, I might sweat. I wear those just kind of doing work around the house. And I'm kind of a big guy, and I can start to sweat. But I did sharpen this one. It did come relatively sharp, but oh, there we go. Oh, maybe I gotta get that angle. All right. Anyway, it's sharp, and I think I like the blade grind on this, and I just like the size. You know, if you're gonna put it in your pocket, it's just a nice size to put in your pocket. So. Okay, we're moving on. This one got carried a lot and still does, and I will carry this one when I don't want to carry this one. It's light and it has a stainless steel blade. So that's an 8CR13 MOV. Got a hollow grind, FRN handles, and it's spring assisted, so I don't like how you have to close it. You know, but still, that's a Kershaw. Oh, so sweet. You can pick those up around $20. Now here, in my opinion, is the Kershaw without the spring assist, but this is a Harns knife, but it's got the FRN handle. I have dyed the scales on this one, and it's got this 8CR 14 MOV, so that's a step above the Kershaw hollow grind. And if you check out the Kershaw Volt, which is an RJ Martin design, you're going to see this same knife practically. Came on washers, played with it enough to get a nice action going on it. And it's a nice, this actually stays in my desk at work. And if I, for whatever reason, decide that, you know, I brought a bigger EDC and maybe the governor's coming to my office, I want to put a smaller one in my pocket, but I still want to have a knife, I'll grab that one. This one, didn't know what to expect, and I do like it. It's a Ruike P662. And one thing about this is the 14C 28N blade steel. See if we can get any of that to show for you guys. And it comes in two versions. This is the Warncliffe, also running on washers. And what you guys will notice is I really like knives running on washers. This has a nice smooth action. I like it because I might drop this in my pocket. You know, it's a pretty small knife. You can throw it in your pocket. Pocket clips, not deep carry. But what happens is the lint and stuff won't build up in there. And this blade steel is going to last much longer than either of these. Okay, this one is also one of my first ones. So these two I was getting when I first started. They're spring assist. This is the Ontario 1A. And this is when I was a user. So Metal Complex says you're either a user or enthusiast or a collector. And I happen to be a little bit of both. But this is put together by Joe Pardue. And one of the things about the Pardue family is they like to build a kind of the handle and then build a knife around that. And tremendous ergos on this. Just love them. Oz 8, and that's Ontario Oz 8. So you're going to get the same as this Rat. And I don't carry this because it's heavy, and the pocket clip was only tip down. And that's probably just dirt in there. That's not a broken screw. G10 handles. I picked this up for 20 bucks, and it's given me that much use. So thank you, Ontario. Oh, 28 on this one, by the way. Ganzo F61. My Frankenstein knife. Bought this. It came green with like a polished, almost satin type polished blade. Put on my own acid wash, stone wash, and running on bearings. Also picked this up for 25 bucks. And I do like this for everyday carry. If you want to cut into a package, you want a little, you know, do some belly type cuts. It does have that. You can move up on it. I think it's right around in that 15, 16 thousandths behind the edge. And it's about a 60 to 61 HRC on the D2. So I can recommend that. Took off the clip on a lot of these. Carry them in my pocket. And I just don't grab that one as much when I can grab these other ones. And hopefully the video's out on this. This is the Asher Picket. And I bought this as a factory second. And I finally decided, I think that's what the second is this G10 on right on these corners is not perfect. And that's about all I can find. S35 VN. It's a traditional knife handle and knife blade shape with a flipper tab. And this is a nice gentleman style knife. It's pretty light. If you take a look at what the steel does in here, is it narrows down through here and then comes back up into these screws. If I remember right, I have seen someone take it apart, and you know, you just can't you can't see the liners in there, but they're in there. And so it's light, running on bearings, and semi-deep carry. The pocket clip's not the best, but it's nice to have around. I do like this knife. So just doesn't perform all the tasks like this one might. This is the steel wheel, and this is the Cut Jack Mini. And this blade shape just gets it done for me. Ergo's nice. I like this teardrop handle, how it, kind of comes into fills your hand. You move up, the jimping on it. So it's done well. They're expensive. I paid $30 for this. Found a seller on eBay, but I also paid $47 for one of these. And I think that's kind of the going rate is $45. What don't I like? D2 steel. So moving on. Although I do carry that, took the pocket clip off, running on washers. And finally, and probably my reigning champ, is this Kizer. And this is the Kizer Vigor V3. And it's an N690 blade steel, and it's very thin and slicey through here, and then it sturdies up and gives you a stout tip. So when you are using this, you can use it in multiple different ways. I like how a knife you can rotate and you can kind of move up, pinch grip it. You can use it. The ergos are great. The access to the lock bar is great. Running on washers. It has the detent's not that strong. So sometimes, let's see if, I didn't push on it much. All right, I'm not really able to fail it. So, but I do like a knife that does some snap, and that's what the rats do. And if this did that snap, I'd love it, but the lockup is good. It's light. The pocket clip kind of sucks, but again, I'll throw this in my pocket. A G10 is probably better than anything on the table here. $45 knife right now on Blade HQ. They are discontinued, and that's sort of my reigning champ. So if I was going back a year ago, definitely would buy a rat. Definitely buy this knife. I'd probably, think I'd get these. Let's put these off here. Oh, well, let's see. Yep, this would be a buy. So, I think that's what we're looking at, guys. Old Rusty, just on the spur of the moment here. This Kizer, the Harns Knight, which is now about $16. A Rat 2, the Ruike P662, steel wheel cut jack, and this Ganzo. With this axis lock, it's going to be nice. So if you're looking for some nice small EDC, kind of for the money, that's where it's at. Don't spend more money. Don't get spring assisted and all that kind of stuff. And thanks for watching. Hope you guys chime in.